Hello again, YouTube. My name is Bree, and in today's video, we're going to be doing something a little Halloween themed in my sketchbook. So I'm actually showing the finished version first so you can see and, leave if you want to now. But yeah, I'm going to be painting that. Originally, I did intend for this to be upside down, but when I actually went to put the sketch on my desk, I realized for the way the camera is set up, it would just be easier to film right side up. So yeah, it's okay. Yeah, so originally my plan for this was to do something that was really dark and have like the hair, the background, and the shirt kind of all blend together. And you could see that that did not work out right away. I kind of forgot about the background. And then I also kind of like dropped the paintbrush on her chest right there. So we were off to a brilliant start. I also should have started by wetting the paper, but it is what it is. So yeah, I guess the theme for this one was kind of like vessel. I wanted to do something originally a little witchy, and then I think that was because it was a Drawtober prompt, but then I started to feel weird about it because I kind of bailed on like all of Drawtober. I have only done one prompt, so just kind of went and did whatever. I also thought I might do something with like all the hands like I've done in the past, because I do kind of want to do another hand painting, but not today. I knew I wouldn't have the time to detail out all the hands, and even this in the long run kind of is a little bit simplistic, but that's okay. I had fun doing it, and it fit into the time frame I have because yeah, it's hard to find time sometimes, and I need to sleep. So as for the supplies, I am using the same supplies I used in the last video. We have the Etchr B5 sketchbook with cold pressed paper, the Roman Szmal palette, and for the brushes, it's a combination of the Tintoretto brushes and the one Princeton VelvetTouch brush. At the end, I also use a little bit of white gouache. There's still just a little white gouache. I think it's Holbein, that's been sitting on this palette for so long. It's like this tiny little ring at this point, but it's fine for like little highlights. So eventually I'll use it up and clean it up. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think about if there's anything else I have to say about it at this point, and I don't think there is. I was pretty disappointed with how blotchy I let that get, but you know what? It's watercolor, so it's just doing its thing. So I did want to go back and do a little bit of a recap, because in the last video I was a little chaos brain and very stressed out and let it all out. So let's do a quick little recap of where we are since my last video. The first topic being obviously the hurricane, because that was a big focal point for me in that video. So Hurricane Milton did come through the state, and we did get it as a category 1 basically. So where I am, we did okay. I cannot complain too much. We're very fortunate, especially with the way those tornadoes were spinning up. That was terrifying. So I am very grateful that we did okay. My brother is on the West Coast, and he did have some damage, but nothing he can't handle. He's way more level-headed than I am. And my family, everyone else did okay too. So thankfully it could have been worse. If you did not keep up with the news, that hurricane caused so many big tornadoes. Florida does get tornadoes. We get quite a few. A lot of them, though, like if you look at the overall statistics, Florida is a big state for tornadoes, but they're primarily waterspouts, and waterspouts they're mostly over the water. They look cool, and if they do come on land, they break up very quickly, so they're usually not destructive. And our tornadoes are typically like EF zeros and ones, so they're not too it's not like what you see in Nebraska and Kansas and all these other places that get really awful tornadoes. I not looked recently, but some of those tornadoes were really nasty. I know some of them were rated EF3s, which is big for us, like especially in places that did not prepare for a hurricane. To get hit like that, it was devastating. So yeah, it's amazing to me, because when you get a storm like that, you expect the people who take the eye of the storm where it makes landfall to be hit the worst, and it very much was South Florida that should not have had anything major from the storm that got some of the worst damage. So I just kind of have to make a caveat, because when I talk about like, we did fine, it wasn't too bad, it wasn't too bad for us. And a lot of people did get hit really hard. And then still, Hurricane Helene, it's really easy. I do this myself. When you have so much stuff going on, it becomes really easy to focus on the next thing and forget about the things that happened before it. And Hurricane Helene was extremely devastating. I know, especially in parts of North Carolina. I don't know when they're going to recover, if they can recover from the amount of damage they've had. So I really just want to put that out there, because it's easy to go, oh, okay, I guess it wasn't so bad when it was. We just got lucky here. So I definitely need to make some donations to some charities to help out in the areas that were hit. And yeah, my Christmas plans, not pre-Christmas, but it's a good time to remind yourself it's good to be charitable, not just pay into corporations who are profiting off of the holidays. I don't know. I'm in a weird brain space. But yeah. So, Hurricane Milton, check. Another thing I talked about a lot in the last video was Juno's health, my kitty. She's been sick lately, and it was part of why I took a month off of making videos, because we were with her. She was hospitalized for a couple days, and then we were back and forth to the vet quite often trying to get her doing better. And we did finally get a diagnosis, and it is lymphoma, small cell. So small cell lymphoma for cats, especially in the intestines, has a pretty good prognosis. And we did start giving her chemo pill. So we're on chlorambucil twice a week. So caught pretty early. I know a lot of cats do actually have to go on their pill much more frequently in the beginning. So we're just in our second week of it. She does go to the vet Friday to get some blood work and see how that's working for her, to make sure we're not like causing side effects that we're not seeing yet. So we'll still be very involved with that for a while, just making sure everything's going smoothly and keeping an eye on everything. And hopefully she does well, and in a few months can go into remission. Fingers crossed. Yeah, it's been a really weird end of year here so far. So yeah, with that out of the way, like I said, we're hopeful that everything's going to go well. She seems to be doing well. She's tired of her pills, that's for sure. But it is what it is. Hopefully everything's okay. And just trying to be optimistic. So yeah, I think that's kind of everything. I know I was talking about working on getting a new roof, but we're holding off till hurricane season kind of comes to a close. So we've picked people to do it. They're pulling the permits. So yeah, no updates there. So those were all my big stressors from last time, and hopefully most of it's in the past now. All caught up. So what's next? Yeah, so once again, this painting, just wanted to do something a little spooky themed. I don't know why, but I do love Halloween. I don't watch horror movies. I don't really like scary things, but there's something that just appeals to me about it. Plus, Halloween kind of is early fall. I love the whole season. I love pumpkins. I love cutesy Halloween decorations, and I don't know. I like this. I like going around seeing everyone's decorations around the neighborhood. It's fun. So I always look forward to Halloween, and then I always get super busy right before Halloween, and I don't get to enjoy it enough. So I'm just trying to take some extra time, go on those walks, see what everyone did, and not overdo it. Moving into November, things I'm sure are going to get really busy as the holidays start up. So we'll just take it one step at a time and see how things go. I really don't know what I'm going to do for the holidays this year, because I don't know if we could travel with the girl doing her thing. So probably just stay home, which should give me more time to paint, hopefully, because I really do want to start doing more stuff and get really... I do want to do more oils. I do want to pick up gouache again, and I want to do some bigger, more detailed watercolor pieces where I actually spend more time on it, because these are usually like a 2-hour painting session, like 1 hour one night, 1 hour the next night, and that's really all I have time for. And I want to do things that are more complex, that are more planned out, and I just have not seemed to have been able to find the time. I've done a couple things, like my little dragon painting, but I don't know. I need to really do something more. At the beginning of this year, I'd wanted to do like a calendar, where not necessarily like a calendar to sell, but just something where I had planned like one painting each month, and it would be kind of a story, like a little journey with different scenes. And that was very ambitious, and I don't know why I thought I'd be able to do it, because clearly I was not able to. But I'm going to try to set some goals, and we'll see where I end up. So yeah, at this point, I really don't know what I'll be doing next for YouTube. Probably some more just kind of casual paintings like this and little catch-up sessions. Maybe some fan art, because there's a lot of stuff going on right now that I'm really excited about, which is cool. Always nice to be excited about something. So I started playing Metaphor Refantasio, and I am absolutely loving it because, you know, I am ridiculously obsessed with Persona games, and this is just like new IP that's kind of got a similar vibe, and I am loving it. Not very far in yet. I'm sure I will be compulsively playing it through the holidays. And then Brandon Sanderson's Wind and Truth. Is that? My brain just told me that's not the right title, but the final book in the first arc of Stormlight Archive comes out, so I will also be diving into that. And being that that's probably like a 1400 page book, that will take me a while, but I'm looking forward to that. I've been rereading Stormlight Archives, so I am currently I just finished Dawn Shard, which was the novella that comes between book 3 and 4, so I should be starting Rhythm of War soon. So yeah, probably have to do some Stormlight Archive fan art when this is all done. But yeah, otherwise, that's pretty much all I have for right now. I am going to go have dinner and probably play some video games before bed. I hope you are all doing well, taking care of yourselves. Or maybe I didn't say it, but thank you for your kind words on the last video, because yeah, I apologize for being so frantic. We're doing better. I am in a better state currently, so just try and stay positive and do everything I can. So yeah, otherwise, that's all I have. So I will see you in a few weeks, hopefully with a new video. Until then, take care. Bye now.